Yo, what's going on, boys? Collision here. Welcome to our brand new Ravens guide. Gentlemen, today we're going to be breaking down part 1, which is going to be the pistol strong. This formation is very balanced. As you guys see, we got a lot of run plays here, handful of really good passing plays. We're going to be breaking down the run plays towards the end of the video. A lot of these run plays are extremely good, but I will say I think I like the runs here in strong slot. So I might include them at the end, or I might wait till part 2 and try and do a passing scheme out of this as well, so you guys can audible. But expect some shotgun forms as well coming later with this playbook as well. So let's go ahead and begin with the pistol strong. Now this is completely up to you, but guys, right now I am using the Zero Chill theme team, so my backfield is a little pricey. It's a little OP. Using Derrick Henry, and then at fullback we are using Dree Archer. Now currently I'm running Hot Route Master on Andrew Luck. This is not required, but it is recommended to at least get some budget AP apprentices. For the sake of this video, I am using a Hot Route Master QB. Alrighty guys, so to begin the passing portion of the pistol strong, we're going to go ahead and cover 3 sky. Currently here are my zone drops and coaching adjustments. Just a simple cover 3 zone. We're going to be using PA flood. We're going to have 2 setups for this play. We're also going to be using the 494F flat. And I'm going to show you guys a bomb out of X post. So let's go ahead and begin. We're going to be doing setup 1 out of the PA flood with the tight end on the short side of the field. So I'm going to go ahead and press, pretty much going to be pressing each look just because it's what a lot of people like to do with their deep out knockouts. So we're going to be pretty much pressing every single play. Now for setup 1 with the PA flood. So guys, setup 1, all we're going to be doing here is motioning over our far side receiver, and we're going to be putting him on a crosser. We're going to go ahead and wheel our running back and put our fullback on a in route. Here is your play so far. Now, if your opponent does not have a deep out KO, you guys can probably stick with this corner route. But because I see it so much, what I like to do is put my tight end here on a tight end apprentice corner. Runs a lot shorter and we can get underneath the zone a lot better. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the corner route first by the tight end. And I'll go ahead and snap this here, and you guys see with the pass lead down and out, we're not going to have any problem getting underneath this outside third. Now, what's nice about this play as well is this crosser we have on the backside is going to help pull the vertical hooks more towards the middle of the field, which is going to help get our wheel route open in the seam on the left side. So if the user doesn't play this route, we're not going to have any problem. He's going to be completely uncontested here in the seam. I think it's really important to possession this. You just don't want any type of fluke where if you guys throw it a little late, the deep out knockout on the far side activates, when you can just simply avoid it and take what the defense gives you. So just keep that in mind. It's really nice there as well. Now, if they user one of these vertical hooks, what's nice is late in the play, this isn't really a read that you may survive to see. You may, but it just depends. This crosser is going to get underneath the, over the top of the vertical hook and underneath the middle third, and you guys can throw it around the 20-yard marker here on the field. So I'm gonna go ahead and show this to you. Hopefully the practice mode sheds don't kill me, as they certainly came and killed me. But I'll try and show this to you guys one more time, and then we'll go ahead and move on. Again, this play isn't really, or this route isn't the premier route for this, just because deep outs are so good. But still, I think it's worth noting. I'm gonna go ahead and just spy to you guys, just so I can show you guys the read progression on this play. So watch X here. You guys see about like right there. If you guys can try and get an aggressive catch, free form down, like I said, not the best route for this play. The wheel and the corner do a really good job, and the crossers kind of maintain to keep the user in the middle. So that's really what the primary focus is, but still worth mentioning. So let's go ahead and move on to PA flood here on the far side. So now PA flood on the short side, guys, all we're going to be doing here is putting our fullback on a wheel. We're going to motion him to the short side of the field. Now we're going to go ahead and put B receiver on a post, and then we're going to put our running back here on a Texas. Now finally, all we're going to do is put our tight end again on the tight end apprentice corner route. So this is your setup. Now our first read here, what we're looking at is the fullback wheel. What's nice is this post is going to make that outside third take a step in. Once we see he takes that step in, we can go ahead and freeform this to the outside, and we're not going to have any problem getting upfield for a really big gain. Is it going to be a house call? Maybe, depending on where you are. But still just a really good play. Now, the only thing that does suck about this play is if you want to hit your tight end corner route, you're going to have to wait for him to sit, because the deep out knockouts are just incredibly good. Okay, so, you know, is it the best play? No. But still really good to maybe mix in maybe 2 or 3 times a game. You guys are going to see later, we're going to have other setups where we're motioning up this fullback as well. So it's not going to be a complete tell. It's not like you're going to, you know, be one and done with the play or your opponent's going to catch on. We're going to be sprinkling in this motioning a lot. So just don't feel like, you know, you're one and done. But Again, I'm just going to go ahead and spy 2 of these guys. I'll just spy the whole line, why not? Just so you guys can see how this corner route by the tight end develops. So go ahead and snap this here, RB open, and then once he kind of sits, we can throw this late. That deep out KO is nowhere to be found. Nice catch, Tony. But, you know, the Texas here with the running back is designed to keep the user in the middle of the field. It's really what I like to do against, you know, cover 3 and cover 4 is keep that user kind of at bay with routes. But, you know, just keep this in mind. I actually messed this up, so whatever. I'll just move on. But you guys see how this can be a good play to sprinkle in. Now let's go ahead and move on to the 494 F flat. Alright boys, now for the 494 flat, all we're going to be doing for this setup is putting our running back here on a wheel, and then we're going to motion our fullback here to the far side of the field, motion him to the towards the tight end, put him on a drag. Now we're going to be putting X on a out route to help get the purple to the sideline, and then we're going to be putting B on a fade. It is incredibly important you put him on a fade if you want your deep post tight end to get open. If you put him on a streak, the deep out is going to do a really good job playing both routes, and we just don't want that. So I'll break down why and what it looks like here in a moment. But if the user is playing the tight end, your wheel, like we showed earlier, is going to have no problem getting open. If the user wants to take the wheel, we're going to have a nice high-low with the drag and the tight end across the middle. So we'll go ahead and snap this here, show you guys the wheel. Something like this you may consider racking just because there's a lot of empty space to go and try and make a move. But of course, not the only thing we have here on this play. Go show you guys the posts here down the middle. And just know the drag can be good depending on where the user's playing in the middle of the field. Just be careful hitting it late, considering they're using a 5-yard zone drop with the purples. Just keep that in mind. But you guys will see here, the fade here by B is going to help get this corner out and up, which is going to leave a nice soft spot over top the right vertical hook where we can go and hit our tight end right there. Now, I'm going to go ahead and spy these guys and show you how we can hit it. I know it kind of looks like the lurk artist may be in position to make a play. He's really not, and I'll show you guys how. So go ahead and pinch the D-line, just put him on spies, get him out of the play, just so you guys can see the read progression, just like this. And you guys will see, go ahead, step up here, freeform down and out, and we can go ahead and get a ag in there, and we're not even going to have to worry about the knockout ability. Now, if you put your B receiver on a streak, this outside third will play the post, so it's very important you put him on a fade. So again, I'm just going to go ahead and spy these guys. That way I have time to break this down, and then go ahead and motion over the fullback, do an out and a wheel, like so. Now with the streak, you guys will see that this route is going to get absolutely caged. He's just in a much better position to try and make a play on the receiver. So again, please consider running the fade. That is how you're going to want to run the 494 flat. Fellas, now going up against cover 2 and cover 2 Mabel. We're going to go ahead and cover Tampa 2 first to begin. Play call we're going to be running here for stock cover 2 is going to be PA boot with your tight end on the far side of the field. All right, guys, for this setup, we're going to be putting our fullback here on a wheel. We're going to motion him to the far side slot. Now we're going to be putting our running back here on a table, and we are going to drag B. So this is going to be your play art here. Basically what the design is to try and get the wheel to pull the free safety to get our post open down the middle. Go ahead and snap this and show it to you guys like so. And you guys see that crosser is going to do a good job pulling the short side safety to that underneath part of the field. We can go and get our post over the top. Now what's nice about this play as well, I'll actually show it one more time before we move on. Here's your play art again. It's just a wheel motioned out, table, and a drag. You guys see with the freeform over the top, you're not going to have any problem getting over. But what's really nice about this play as well is I'm going to go ahead and adjust my coaching adjustments. This crosser by the tight end, if you leave it stock, it does a really good job getting underneath 30s. So I'll go ahead and show you guys this with 30-yard zone drops. And then go ahead and call PA boot again. And go ahead and back off my defense. I might as well just do, no, I want to leave it like a cover 2. That way you guys can just see what these vertical hooks look like as well. So this is with a 30-yard cloud flat. So same setup yet again, like so. And now you guys will see how this crosser does if they are in zone drops. As he kind of got caged there. I don't know why that's in my notes. Oh, okay, that's okay. Sorry, I see. So if you're going to be doing this setup with the zone drops, you're just going to want to streak B, sorry, instead of putting him on a drag. Sorry about that, fellas. I was like, who wrote this shitty ass play? I'm going to go put these guys on spies, just so you guys can see the crosser. And then, yeah, it's nice. Nice little something to have underneath to mix in. And, you know, if they're going to be dropping down their clouds, just keep that in mind. If they go to 25 or 20, it's probably going to get more contested, but obviously that's going to open up other plays for us later. So gentlemen, this is just a little something against stock cover 2. Let's go ahead and move on to Mabel. All right, boys, now going up against cover 2 Mabel, I like to call PA flood here to the far side. So I'm gonna go ahead and select Tampa 2 here, set this up. So all we're gonna be doing, putting our double flats, backing off the outside corners. Now guys, for this setup, what I like to do is I like to wheel my fullback again, go ahead and motion him out and block my running back. Now all I'm gonna be doing here is putting B on a deep post. So basically the goal here is, if we know they are absolutely in a double Mabel, this purple is not gonna guard the tight end, okay? And then what we have here is the wheel that's gonna help get our post open over the top, just to maintain the safety help on the right side of the field. So as you guys see, just like that, we can hit deep down the middle. Now I know what you're thinking with the user. So what we also have with this setup is we can motion our fullback over again, and we can put him on a streak, okay? Like I said, this is if we absolutely know there are a Mabel player and they're just sitting in it. So then what we can do here with this setup is we can go and put B here on a drag, or you can leave him on the end. I just think the drag might be a little better. And like I said, we can also hit this corner route. So I wouldn't do a free form. I would just simply pass lead this down and out, and then possession catch immediately. It's going to be a nice soft spot. And if they are trying to bait that, that is when the fullback streak is going to come into play. So again, this streak, this is really going to be a little more of a I know what you're running, so I know exactly what to throw. I know what you're using. I know exactly what to throw. So this is really going to depend on your opponent and you. So I would only call this if you are absolutely comfortable, where you know you can just snap throw laser this, where we know, you know, with Seffi Lee, it's going to be even better. But that drag is going to go ahead and pull that purple over to the right, and we're not going to have any problem mixing it with this running back. See, what's nice about this streak is they're not always going to expect this, because they're going to be used to the wheel and things of that sort. So it can be an option for you. And with these setups, guys, I am blocking the running back. If you have another combination that you want to run with this, you know, feel free to mix that in. You know, anything you can imagine. So just know, I mean, the seams are going to be really good. And like I say in all the videos, cover 2 Mabel is still cover 2. Try to attack deep down the middle and, you know, hit those weaknesses where the seams just aren't protected. Right there, I accidentally didn't Mabel. We can go ahead and hit our running back in the backfield. But just keep this in mind. I may add more to this, but right now in my notes, this is just what I have. So I might throw more into the Discord later. But for now, let's go ahead and move on to cover 4. All right, boys, and then for our cover 3 bomb, we're going to be running the 494 F flat again. Going to be calling it with the tight end on the far side. I'm going to go ahead and run the cover 3 sky here and press. Go ahead and spy my D line like so. And then, guys, all we're going to be doing for this is putting our B receiver on a comeback, and then very important to put your tight end on a smart route. So that way it just extends that post a little bit. Then put your running back, or I'm sorry, your fullback here on a streak. And then the rest of the routes are optional. If you guys want to have some type of Texas here on your running back, or why does he run it like that? That's lame. You guys can even motion this guy out, do a little drag combination, something like this. Completely up to you. But the money for this bomb is going to be your deep post and the comeback with the streak. And as you guys see, that comeback on the right side is going to pull the outside third just a tad underneath, you know, and that is a knockout ability. We don't have any type of set feed lead. You're really not going to have a problem with this play against the cover 3. Go show it to you all one more time. Just like this. Just going to leave the rest of the routes as is. Good step up here, make a throw. You guys see, we're not going to have any problem getting over the top. So now, boys, let's go ahead and move on to cover 4 quarters and palms. Hope you guys enjoyed the cover 3 and cover 2 setup. Let's move on. All right, boys, now going up against cover 4 quarters, here are the coaching adjustments for this part of the breakdown. Cover 4 quarters is the play. Our first setup is going to be, doesn't really matter what play you call, like what passing play. I'll go ahead and do PA flood. For this setup, guys, all we're going to be doing here is putting our running back to an out route to the far side of the field, and then our fullback to an out route to the short side. Now, to finish this, we're going to be putting X on a post and putting our tight end on a crosser. This is your play call against quarters. And you guys see here, basically what we're trying to do is get a one-on-one with our tight end and the matching safety. And then if he does, for some reason, get bumped or hit or something to slow him down and mess up his route, you're also going to have your running back underneath. As I'm thinking I'm doing our cover 3 setup and I'm motioning in my receiver. Sorry about that. So just like this is your play art. And let's just say tight end is completely covered. You can also just dump off to your running back here and get some easy yards against the quarters. So something I like to mix in. Now for another play with quarters, we can go ahead and call the F flat, and I don't have it in my audible, so we're going to take you guys back to the huddle and break this down. So right here, F flat against quarters. For this setup, fellas, what we're going to be doing is putting the running back here to the far side. Going to put him on a crosser. Going to put our far side receiver on an out route, and we're going to be looking for our tight end later in the play. So we're going to go ahead and snap this here, and the left end just kind of ran right by me. Kind of had a bad free form there. Let me go ahead and put the D-line here on a pinch assignment. Sometimes this end just completely comes through free in practice. Super annoying. But here you guys go. Go do this again. Put the running back here on a crosser. After he's been motioned out route the far side receiver, snap the ball, and then you guys see tight end's going to just get easy work over the top. So just, you know, 2 simple plays we can mix in with quarters. And then honestly, I guess I should mention it. Just F flat alone stock can be really good mixed in as well. Underneath, you can dump off to the running back swinging to the far side, or just hit your curl. Curls are really, really solid this year. So, you know, just thought I'd mention it. Now let's go ahead and go to palms. And then guys, for our palms bomb, all we're going to be doing is calling PA flood. We're going to put our X receiver on a deep post, motion him in, put our tight end on his corner route, and then we are going to wheel the running back. It's going to be the play art here. Basically, if you just have a little bit of time, we can go ahead and freeform this over the top and get right past that quarter flat. Really good to mix in if you know your opponent is in palms. And then boys, another setup we can do as well is we are going to go ahead and bring our receiver in, leave him on this in route he's on, put your tight end on a crosshair, deep post your B receiver, and put your fullback on a wheel. This is going to be the setup here. I'm going to go ahead and cancel the play action, but against palms, this play is going to have a lot of success as well. Go ahead and get a chance of being one-on-one with the wheel. And then you also have your backside dig as well as a little dump off. Basically, that post is just going to try and ward off the defenders and just get a nice one-on-one over the top. Go ahead and show you guys the in route here. See, he gets bumped, but still plenty of space to find an open man. And yeah, just worth noting. And then as well, guys, like we were saying, I still think that just stock F flat can be pretty effective at working up against cover 4 quarters and palms. Go show you flat against palms here. Snap the ball. You guys see RB wide open. And then we can go ahead and mix in the curl. I'm just kind of showing you the further plays. Obviously, if the underneath is there, guys, you have to take it. Go ahead and just throw some of these here. And you guys see, if you have jukebox here like I have on Dre Archer for 1 AP, maybe you get yourself a good animation and make a move. But yeah, just easy yards. All right, guys, now going up against man coverage, we're going to go ahead and start against cover 1. And then we're going to go ahead and do cover 0 and then cover 2 man. We're going to start with the robber press, and we are going to come out here in the F flat. Now guys, for this first setup, we're going to go ahead and motion in our far side receiver and put him on a post, and then we're going to go ahead and put our our fullback on a wheel, and we are going to drag our B receiver. So this is going to be the play here. I'm going to go ahead and block my running back. This is against cover 1. We'll go ahead and snap this here. And as you guys see late in the play, you're going to have your post get wide open against his man coverage. And then of course, with cover 1, your fullback always has a real shot at getting open over the top. So I'll go show this to you guys again, and then I'll show it to you pressed right here. Then just go ahead and freeform this over the top. Just know if you're going up against another variant of cover 1, you may have the safety manned up to the running back or a corner. May help a little bit for the defense, but really I don't think enough. I'll go ahead and show this to you guys just so you have an understanding, and we'll go ahead and press. So go ahead and show you guys cover 1 hole against the same exact setup. So now we should have a DB on Dree Archer, or no, it is a linebacker. Let me go ahead and just adjust this just so you guys can see. I'll go ahead and put Devin Hester on him, just so you guys can get an idea. But I'll keep it with the same exact setup backed off, just so you guys can see Devin Hester on the zero chill 50 out of 50, how he's going to pair against it. I mean, we just have him beat, so just know you guys can mix this in. I'll show you guys the same setup with the press look now. Go ahead and press the defense, motion in my receiver, put him on a post, block the running back, drag and wheel. Here's your play art. And as you guys see, if you are going to block your running back, that was really good coverage there, you may sacrifice your drag, so just know that could be the case. If your tight end struggling to get open, you can go ahead and put your motioned in receiver on a crosser. I think that helps a lot getting the tight end open. So go ahead and show this to you all again with the press look. Now we're going to be looking for the tight end here. And right there, pressure got to us, but the freeform outside, we obviously have that inside leverage against man. We're going to come down with it. I'll go ahead and show you guys this one more time, and then we'll go ahead and move on to cover 0. And I guess for the sake of this, I'll just go ahead and spy 2 guys so you guys can see how these routes develop. Like so, let's snap the ball. This is with the crosser. And right there, really good coverage. I can't lie, but still a play I like to run. So now let's go ahead and go up against cover 0. All right, fellas, now I'll just go ahead and call Overstorm Brave here, just to go ahead and break this down. For the setup, guys, we're going to go ahead and motion. Well, this isn't necessarily a part of the play, but it's more so a mention of what we were talking about in the U-Trips 2.0, where you guys can go ahead and motion your guys out to the slot or whatever formation, then get the hot routes that position offers, like a corner or a post or a crosser, then bring him back inside. I know that this type of motioning out and then back in deters a lot of people. I understand that, but still think it's definitely worth noting. Now, this is going to be the setup for the rest of the play, putting B on a drag and putting X on a deep post. If we do need to block our running back, I understand why we would need to. Just know you are most likely going to be losing that deep post because the player manned up to him is going to resort to a middle third. So just keep that in mind. I'm going to go ahead and block my running back for this, though. I'm going to slide right and ID opposite. Go ahead and snap the ball here. I'm actually going to press, too, because I just don't really know many cover 0s that aren't pressed. So we'll go ahead and snap this. And we get screamed at, of course, but what you guys will see is the fullback here who is on his corner can do a really good job at beating his man coverage. I just would be more hesitant of throwing this if they do have a lurk artist in that position. Obviously, you know, depending on who it is and who you have a running back, you may be able to get more separation against that fullback, or linebacker rather, but you also have a chance of just getting completely jumped with the lurk artist, so just keep that in mind. I'm gonna go ahead and snap this again, try and show you guys this running back route right here, and you guys see nice little play to mix in. Again, this is going to be situational, so just keep in mind the personnel on the defense. And then, you know, guys, like we said earlier, even if we are blocking our running back, you know, we don't always have to attack the deep middle against a cover 0. You know, we can keep it super simple and just stick to the wheels like we did against cover 1, just like this. And you guys are going to see we're going to be able to get over the top. So just keep this in mind. Really, whatever we talked about in cover 1 can also be applied to cover 0. It's just you're going to have less time. But with that, you're probably going to have more things open at the same time. So just kind of work around it and see what the defense gives and what they're mixing in zone-wise. If you need to bring this guy in to go ahead and get your, you know, slot apprentice abilities, that's completely cool. You guys can do the same exact setup like we just covered. And I'll go ahead and shade over the top here. Just like this. We pick up the blitz. Wheels open and our in is open, so just know, guys, this is going to be an option as well. Before I go or move on with the cover 0, just know, guys, you're always going to want to mix in motion snapping as well, just to make sure you're not getting pressed. Zigs are always going to be good as well, and just don't forget about your backfield. All right, boys, now against cover 2 man, we're going to be calling PA boot. We're going to be running our tight end here on the far side of the field. Let's go begin. Now, guys, for this setup, what we're going to be doing is putting our fullback here on a wheel. We're going to go ahead and put our running back on a streak just to motion him out. Then we're going to put him on a drag. Okay. Now, finally, we're just going to put our tight end on a apprentice crosser, like so, and then we're going to streak B. Basically, what this is going to be is a one-on-one deep down the middle, and we're going to have our wheel here by the fullback to go ahead and pull the safety over to help get the middle open. So go ahead and snap this here. We're going to be looking for X here to start. As you guys see, he got bumped like crazy, but still was able to get the separation. Show this deep post to you guys one more time, then we'll look to the other reads. I'll go ahead and put 2 guys on a spy. That way I have time to show you guys how these routes progress. But snap this here. X beats his man, and then we're able to just throw over the top. There's so much rubbing in practice mode. My wheel really isn't even going where he's supposed to. But we're also going to have our crosser as well underneath. We don't have to look deep on this. Just wanted to kind of embed that we can hit that there against the cover 2 man. But your tight end crosser is going to do a really good job if you put him on a apprentice crosser. You guys see right there. And then that streak on the right side is going to do a great job pulling his man and the deep zone defender. So just wanted to throw this in for you guys, show it to you one more time. I think it's important to put this against a man, at least, to put your tight end on a crosser. That short crosser can be nice against zone, but against man coverage, I like the apprentice. I just think it does a better job outrunning the defender. All right, guys, now breaking down the run. Okay, this is really what's going to help complement this offense, is actually just the balance of it. What's really nice about having a dominant run game is with Madden, or just with how this game is, with how cover 2 is good for run fits and cover 4 is good for run fits, we can kind of get an eye on what they're calling. You know, if there's somebody who's pressing in the cover 2, we know maybe we can go with a quick streak down the sideline if we, really get them committing to the run. And, many other scenarios. Basically, what I'm trying to say is having a good run game can really make the defense forced to play your way, and that will really open up our passing game as well. So I just wanted to go and cover a few of the key run plays that I think shine really well. I think zone alert smoke is pretty solid. I like Raven's power. I really actually like the halfback counter as well. If you have numbers, it can be really good. Obviously, I know a lot of us are probably just going to mainly run stretch. It's completely understandable. What's nice about this stretch is you guys can motion the RPO receiver, which is really helpful to get an extra blocker and things like that. And of course, we have a power option as well. So I'm just going to go ahead and start here with the stretch alert lookie against a cover 2 pressed, just because it's probably what a lot of guys are going to be doing if they are getting toted on. So I'm just going to go ahead and put my controller here on the D line. And as you guys see, I mean, you just got to put your head down and go. And if you guys are playing MUT with Derrick Henry, this is going to be even more annoying and hard to stop. And like I was saying, you guys can motion this guy all the way over. I thought you could motion him all the way over. It's because I'm not on the short side, or is it the other guy I'm talking about? Oh, no. My fault. It's the other guy, but you can go ahead and flip the run as well. So you guys see, I'm sorry, I'm going to put this back where I found it. You guys can actually do a tap of the right stick and actually have the run go opposite of where it's designed to go. Once you do that, you can go ahead and motion this guy over and then get yourself 2 blockers here on this play. So just keep this in mind. This can be really versatile depending on how you mix it in. And it can be pretty hard to stop. And like I said, you also have a power option, which is going to be great. We talked about this in the Discord. If you're struggling getting the jurtle or the hurdle and then lateral to work, I would recommend once you snap it, as soon as you hit A, hold the right trigger, the turbo, and then once you hold it, immediately let go, press Y, then LB to hurdle. So I'm snapping, holding, letting go, and then going ahead and hitting that combination. I know that there was some type of update. I think it changed it a bit. At least I felt like it changed it a bit, but still doable. You just got to learn how to snap while holding onto turbo, then immediately releasing, and then hitting your Y and lateral combination. That's going to make it a lot easier for you. And then obviously you guys see the read defender right there was a terrible example of that, because I actually jurtled rather than hurdled. But this can be really good, especially once you guys get this down and you can dumb out the defenders and then go ahead and hit your pitch key. It's going to be really, really good, especially in the red zone. That's primarily where I run this. And then, like I said, if you guys have numbers, the counter can be a really good play as well to mix in. Obviously, a lot of these are going to look glorified because I have Derrick Henry at running back, or maybe it won't because I'm in practice mode. The run defense can be crazy, at least the sheds are. But still, it has a really, really good run play. Or I'm sorry, just run scheme. A lot of good play calls right there. Not the best example of what counter can do, but still really worth noting. Zone alert can be solid because, depending on what they're running, you can even hit the screen. Right here, they're legit just bagging my run game. But still, really, really good run offense, and really complements the offense well, as you guys see right there. Practice mode, it can be so hard to run just because of how the sheds are in this game mode. But still, really, really strong offense here on the ground, and complements the passing game extremely well. So gentlemen, I hope you guys enjoyed this guide. I will be adding more. I'm still really enjoying the spread playbook. I know I haven't been uploading as much, but content is back on the way. So expect more Ravens and spread soon. Thanks for watching, boys. Hope you guys enjoyed. And expect some more stuff in the Discord as well in the next few days, depending on what I find going forward. So thank you all so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Love you, boys. Bye.